Hi, Soldiers Angels family. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Michael.
And today we are here to show that anybody can craft Christmas sweaters.
And let me tell you, if two Navy dudes can do it, so can you. Are there instructions that we need to read?
Let's kick this thing off. We have this nice little booklet here. Christmas crafts for veterans, Navy vets. And so we'll go
No, it says kids, man.
Nah,
but that's what we are.
Yeah. I mean, kind of synonym sometimes. So, let's get started. What are you doing first, Michael?
I'm going to do a snowman.
You want to start with snowman?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the easiest.
To kind of get your feet wet?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I'm going to start off. I'm going to just jump in right in the deep end with a little sweater.
There you go.
I'm going full Christmas. Let's do this.
You gonna bedazzle it?
I'm going to do something to it. I don't know. I'll make it a NWU or something. I don't know.
I really probably should read those instructions, but,
I mean, we looked at them.
I'm a guy, so I don't really need them.
Yeah, we looked at them. We'll figure it out.
How many times did you have to go to the gas chamber in boot camp?
I only went through it once.
Once?
Yeah, it was just once. They at the very end, they make you do the Sailor's Creed.
Yeah.
They made me do the Sailor's Creed in there. That was fun. You know, I will say about the tear gas, it sucks while you're in there, but as soon as you're in fresh air, you feel like instantly better. OC spray, that is the one that lingers on for days. It's horrible. So their logic is, in some duty stations, you will have OC spray. So you need to know what it feels like, so you're not just going around spraying OC spray on people. That's the logic, which I think is kind of hilarious. I'm sure somebody which tells me that somebody in the past was just spraying people like crazy and thought it was okay, so they had to implement that. Yeah. Well, you're an engineer, right?
Yeah.
What was your job, Michael?
I was a glorified pipe chaser.
Nice.
And chase pipe and
What the hell are you two doing in here?
We are crafting sweaters. Would you like to join us?
We're making.
Oh, Lord. Of all people to be crafting sweaters, I would not have guessed the
It
two
was
of you.
MJ's idea.
I mean, there's no doubt whose idea it was. I didn't even have to ask.
What are you talking about? We
I
wanted
knew.
to do this.
I knew the answer.
We wanted to do this.
Wait, what do you got here?
For everybody who doesn't know, that was our president and CEO, Amy. And as you can tell, she's very enthused of us doing this. She wholeheartedly approves us doing this. Good work. Hi, Susie. You want to make a sweater? Okay, she said next time.
If anybody can make a sweater, I definitely would believe that it would be Susie.
Yeah, I think Susie can make a bomb sweater. What was your actual job title?
I was a whole technician.
Oh, the HTs.
And yeah, so
Those engineers, man.
if a part broke on a ship, the machinist mates would either make the part or enlist the HTs to then go and fabricate a bracket or sheet metal to fix it, and then
You guys weld, right?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
we welded.
Yeah, I know a little bit about HTs. I wasn't in the engine room much.
Most of my job was welding until I fell down a flight of stairs.
Oh, that's not fun.
No.
Hey, man, those Navy stairs are like steep.
Yeah.
Those are no joke.
You know, it's crazy because I always, I don't know, for the last 20 years or so, like when I tell people I fell down a flight of metal stairs on a ship, it's like, damn, like people think, okay, like stairs in a stairwell, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like visiting a retired ship, like the Lexington or something,
Uh-huh.
and you're like, yeah, these are definitely a lot steeper than no wonder they're called ladders, right?
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, being on board a Navy ship, navigating through a Navy ship is in itself a whole lesson that you need to learn when you join. Because, man, one wrong step and like you said, you fall down and you bust your head. Your ankles will be hurting for a whole month.
Yeah.
They'll just give you some Advil. There, I go back to work.
Some vitamin M.
Yep. As you can see, I'm being true to my Navy roots. I'm doing a little anchor on my sweater.
Put a
Relevant. Oh, dang. Look
little
at that.
scarf on them.
Okay, get a close up on this one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
We're professionals here.
Who said dudes can't craft? All right. So
what do you got next, Michael?
I want to make a candy cane.
Is that-
That looks pretty hard.
I'm still on my sweater grind here.
I got you. You know, in the Navy, they were a lot thicker than these.
What, the pipe cleaners?
Yeah.
Where'd you get stationed at?
I had cancer in boot camp, and I originally had SWIC orders that I ended up losing because of it, and because you can't, get stationed anywhere not stateside if you have cancer, because they got to check on it.
Yeah.
So I recycled after getting treatment and went through boot camp all over again. And then after that, ended up going through A school, but I was stationed at Seminole Norfolk to start, and then worked there for a while. One of my best shipmates was a guy by the name of Tim Hopkins.
Mhm.
And he was a E5, I think, when I got there, and then he became an E6, and just one of the coolest dudes that I can remember. He didn't know me from Tom, Dick, or Harry, and I got there and I was a mess, not like a mess as far as like military regs were concerned. I was young. I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm.
It kind of felt like I was in jail,
Mm.
and he just took me under his wing and took care of me, helped me get through the first, few months of adjusting. And I think without that, I would have really struggled.
For me, one of my preferred, I guess he was more of a mentor more so than a shipmate because he was obviously a lot higher ranked than me.
Mm-hmm.
But he's senior chief petty officer Flores now.
Nice.
He was just chief petty officer back then. But yeah, senior chief was really hard working, honest dude, but he was actually really funny. He knew when to turn it off and on, which I think is something that's very important in any workspace, but especially in the military. Shout out Senior Chief Flores.
Yeah.
Mindman, Senior Chief Flores. Hey, look who wanted to be a part of this conversation. There's our cat, Nico. Well, not really our cat, but he's basically the office cat.
He's this is our play buddy. When we get frustrated or stressed out at work, he is definitely our stress relief.
He is our unofficial emotional support cat for everybody.
So just a plug for Rue, and you can give the details on this, Adrian.
The original office cat, Rue, she has her own Instagram page called Tiny Small Office Cat. No spaces or nothing in between, just all together. And if you want to see pictures of her, occasionally pictures of Nico, maybe some videos every now and again of them duking it out for fun, just follow the page. You'll find it. I'm going to call it a wraps on this sweater. Kept it nice and simple.
Yeah. Dig it.
Huya Navy. I bet you the other branches couldn't make sweaters as good. Anyways. They're not, talented like us Navy folk. If you guys are from other branches, other vets, show us. Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, we hold supreme here. I think I'm going to make one of these reindeer.
Nice.
Yeah. My time in the Navy was interesting but fun.
Yeah, you were saying you were on a minesweeper.
Correct. Yeah, I had a very small specific job that not a lot of people in the Navy even know about. So it was a very specific thing, which is kind of funny because I remember I've met people that are outside veterans out here, and they're like, "A mineman? What are you?" I've never heard of you, but my job was titled a mineman, and we're stationed exclusively on minesweepers, which are these 225 feet long boats, only hold about 90 to 100 people, give or take at a time, depending. But yeah, they're small and they're older and they're hard to work on, but they definitely bring a crew close. We also had this program between the Coast Guard and Navy where they eventually swap officers. They go over there and then one comes over here for different ships.
Oh, wow.
And I think we had a Coast Guard officer stationed on board our ship, and we were the first minesweeper and to I think ever done that too. So it was cool. We were, as far as minesweeper game goes, we were at the top of our game at the time. We also had this program between the Coast Guard and Navy where they eventually swap officers. They go over there and then one comes over here for different ships.
Oh, wow.
And I think we had a Coast Guard officer stationed on board our ship, and we were the first minesweeper and like to I think ever done that too. So it was cool. We were for as far as Minesweeper game goes, we were at the top of our game at the time.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What was your favorite thing in the Navy or in your in service period?
I think my favorite thing personally, for sure, was honestly like what all the recruiters say is seeing the world, traveling. That's what it was for me.
Well, now hold on a second. Did it turn to fear as you were on the bus and they were screaming at you on the bus to get the hell off the bus as fast as possible and you're tripping over the person in front of you?
Yeah, that's basically when it turned. That's when the flip switch. Because I remember getting there. It was super late. I think we got there like at freaking 10 o'clock at night. I didn't even get to sleep that night.
No.
That stuff sucked.
That's intentional.
Yeah, that was so crappy. But either way. So we got there, and I remember I was like 18-year-old kid right out of high school. I was like, oh boy, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I was so like antsy. I couldn't relax. Usually I fall asleep like on buses, but I couldn't. I was too just I guess anxious about it, excited more so than anything. I was ready in my head. I was like, I'm ready. And then I got off the bus and I get your you know how they talk.
Get your butt off the bus.
Yeah. To put it nicely,
Yeah,
PG
there were
rated.
other
Get
things
your
that-
behind off the
Yeah.
bus expeditiously, sir.
Yeah.
You know? They basically said that, but in a not so nice way.
Yeah.
And the second they did that, I instantly was like, "Oh Jesus Christ, what did I do?
What mistake did I make?"
Why am I here?"
When did you join?
I joined in early 2012.
Okay, so they already had the ships built.
What, in boot camp?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you
So-
talking about what was it? There's a term for it. Battle stations.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but you guys, when you went through boot camp, were you stationed in the building the entire time you were in boot camp, or did you march around base?
Are you talking about like in the barracks?
Yeah.
No, we had barracks. We had our own room and everything.
So you had different barracks outside of the ship building.
Well, that ship, from what I remember and what I understand, and remember this was 2012, so for all you know, things could be way different now.
Yeah.
But when I was there, battle stations was specifically like the last thing you do to finish boot camp. It's like a simulation of like pipes and things breaking in half and all this crazy stuff, and you stay up all night because they want to make sure you can do it while you're like deprived of sleep.
48 hours.
Yeah, you're like, but so either way, yeah. So to me, it was like a completely separate thing. We didn't go there until the very end.
When I went through in 2001, it was definitely not that, right? So we had different barracks, and we had chow and the gym and the training areas and the schoolhouse and all that, the dental place. All that was in like separate places. And we had the big parking lot we had to march in.
Yeah.
And do our drills. And but as I was there, they were just starting the building of the ships.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So battle stations consisted of marching all over
Really?
the base, going from station to station. And there was a building where there was a ship, and we had general quarters in there, and that's where it started. And then we went from building to building, putting out fires, putting out, jumping off as if you were on the top deck or the flight deck.
Gotcha.
Jumping off into the ocean, and then inflating the raft, the life raft, and slamming our dungaree pants down on the pool to inflate them.
Oh yeah.
Like doing all that, right?
All the fun stuff. Yeah.
All the stuff they taught us early on, as far as what all that entailed. But
I think I need this hot glue gun.
but it was crazy because we did that, but they were telling us that they're building all these different buildings that are going to have it's going to house the barracks, it's going to have chow hall, the gym, schoolhouse, and the fire station, the gas chamber, all that stuff, medical, dental. It was all going to be in one building. So you never had to leave the building.
Oh, okay.
So it was just like being on a deployment.
Gotcha.
So everything you needed would be there on the ship. And of course, it's called a ship, but it's not a ship. It's just a building. But
it simulates what's like being.
Yes.
Yeah, I got
And so I was just kind of curious because that's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, no. As far as I remember when I was there, it was just a place you went to at the very end. So what places did you visit when you were in service? Where'd you go get stationed? Did you get anywhere like overseas?
And I did not get to go overseas. I wanted to, but yeah, there were a lot of medical issues I ended up facing and suffering through that unfortunately did not.
Makes sense. Well, man, I'm glad you overcame them. You're here now. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here. So here's my reindeer. Woo!
That looks like a cow.
What cow you know got red nose? All right. It's obviously Rudolph.
Rudolph the brown cow.
Yeah, something like that. The brown cow. Yeah. I was like, there you go. I gave you some horns.
There you go.
Got me a little
Yeah.
fish hook.
Yeah, that was good.
I ended up getting stationed. Again, I never went out of Texas, so it was pretty much anywhere I went was pretty crazy for me at the time. I went to San Diego. That was pretty cool. I was there for a good little bit of time. And then the main thing I remember was like the best thing was getting stationed to Japan. That was probably the coolest spot ever. Because great country, awesome, different culture, cool food. Not for everybody, but you know, if you like sushi and raw fish and you don't mind it, it's actually really good. We got deployed to go around Japan basically, and so we went to a lot of the smaller ports. We're kind of work with the Japanese military. They're called the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force. So we would do some exercises with them with like their minesweepers and our minesweepers. It was pretty cool. I remember being topside, and man, like we had like the higher part, and then there was like when you got more aft, like the deck kind of came down. And that part was a lot lower to like the sea level.
Oh, yeah.
But when the waves and the swells were big, it would like legit go over the backside of the ship and just splash you like crazy. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go inside and pretend that I'm just like on a unstable building or something. Because man, those are crazy. Yeah, those are fun times.
That's crazy.
I remember we had dudes who would go back there and like when they hit like the big swells, they would jump at the very top. And then when the boat would go down, yeah, man, they were wild, man.
No.
I saw them do it. I was like, oh, yo.
Nobody broke their legs.
Yeah, I know, me too. I was like,
the ship,
I told them, I was like, you guys are stupid. You gonna hurt yourself. They're like, no, man, it's fun. Try it. I'm like, I'm good. And then
I don't want to go over.
And of course, Chief came out. He's like, what are y'all doing? It's like, you get back inside. I don't need y'all going overboard. Yeah, man, a lot of fun times there.
Did you ever have recreational Sundays?
Recreational Sundays. You know, it doesn't sound familiar. Should probably not.
So, like, typical recreation Sunday would be like it on a small boy like you, like your ship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might be less likely that you would have like a rec day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's basically a rest day. You go to chapel, or you write letters home, like in boot camp, things like that. But on bigger ships, like fish off the back end, on the aft side of the the boat, or jump like they'll set anchor and you jump off the top deck and go swim for a little while.
Man, they never let me do that, which was so bummed out. Because I remember once we were in Okinawa, and Okinawa water is like really pretty.
Yeah.
And I remember we wanted to so bad, but no offense to our commanding officer at the time, but he was a bit of a stick in the mud. He just did not really think that was a good idea, even though all like the chiefs and the younger officers were like, come on, no, we should do it. He was like, no, I don't want to do that. It's a liability, blah, blah, blah. So we were all bummed out. Not bad. Let's take a look at our creations. Here's mine.
So a little secret, just in case y'all don't know, we're actually creative minds.
Just not
we do
this
creative stuff. We're soldiers angels.
Just not this field. We're not really crafters. We're more digital content creators.
So follow us for more info.
I know. Moral of the story: follow Soldiers Angels. You can see our work. And you can even meet the cats.
Yes.
I don't know if you could.
Ain't nothing better than. Oh, there's Rue.
Yeah, you can see her right over there.
Rue Bear.
Hi, Rue. As you can see, she's thrilled that we're here. So thrilled that we are here in her office because everything is her office.
For real, right?
Yeah, I know. We love you, Rue, even if you despise us all.
Well, she's sitting there like she's supervising.
Yeah, I know, right?
What is up with that?
Somebody sent her.
It would be her mom.
Right. Somebody
Our
sent
boss.
it. Yeah, our boss. I'll make sure they're not going too overboard.
Way too deeply in there.
That's our president and CEO telling us we're doing a fantastic job. You know, we got to get some of the other veterans from the other branches in here, see how good they can do. See if they can beat us,
Yes, I
'cause
agree.
We're setting the standards here. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty high. You know, it's pretty high standards. Don't know if they can follow his lead. We'll see. I got my makeshift snowman here. Not bad. Alrighty. But yeah, man.
That's
Fun-
awesome.
Fun Navy times, dude. Looking back at it is so much fun. Shout out to all the minesweepers out there. They don't get enough attention from the rest of the Navy community because
This is a dead career.
They don't know we exist. But I know y'all exist. All right, I'm here representing all the minesweepers. Okay,
Dead
That was our
career.
We're dead until we're needed. All right. Then all of a sudden, where the minesweepers at?
Yeah. That is true.
Shout out to USS Patriot MCM7. Pretty sure they're still out in Japan. I think. I'm not sure, but either way.
Was that a new boat when you got on it?
Oh no, man. USS Patriot is old. I think it got commissioned around, I want to say somewhere like in the 80s or 70s, maybe.
Oh wow. So they haven't
Actually, no, I think I
cottonballed
want
it
to say 80s. Yeah. Huh?
yet? They haven't cottonballed it yet?
Nah. They were going to replace them with the LCSs.
Mhm.
When I was leaving out, that was like a talk about it, but they never actually did it. Because I think they were trying to implement some of the mine warfare equipment on there, but they were having a hard time integrating it. So it was a process that they were going to do, but they hadn't done it yet. So I don't know if they still did that or if they're planning on doing that or what.
So I made a wreath,
That's a good read. You know what? No,
a snowman, fancy snowman,
we're sticking
Boom.
with the 2-toy. I like it.
and a Navy fish hook.
Say snowman, reindeer, pretty solid. And then the best one, of course, my sweater. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you catching us and these two Navy vets just crafting it up here at Soldiers Angels. Any parting words, Michael?
You know, and as you see, it could be a lot of fun to
Yeah.
just kind of let loose and de-stress and create some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We did it. We had fun, and so can you.
I personally want to see everybody else's creations. I think if I could see like some old salty like army vet doing one, I would love to see what they're capable of creating. You know?
Hey, why don't we make it a challenge? Why don't you record yourself making some ornaments that are sending to us and or to the donations and we will pick the top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3, and we'll put it in a little video and we'll post it on social media.
Yeah, definitely. Share with us your creation. See what we can all come up with. So
Absolutely.
thanks again for joining us. We're excited to see y'all next time. Have a good one.